Hello, Facebook family. It's L'Oreal. I hope you guys are all having a great night. I have a little visitor with me here who's been sleeping with me. Well, actually, both cats have been sleeping with me every night since I've been home. But little Binks man is sleeping. I don't know if you can see him, but he's sleeping right there on the bed. I'm so bad with the camera. Anyway, there he is. So, and with his favorite toy, his little ducky. I ordered like a bunch of these because he loves carrying them around in his mouth. But anyway, so I am doing this rather than doing a post. I just feel like that's really impersonal. Impersonal. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. My mind is shot, I'm sorry. But anyway, just wanted to fill you guys in on what's been going on. So the past couple months have just been from hell. I feel like ever since my 999 necklace broke, things have just gone downhill. I'm extremely superstitious, but I ordered another one and I can't wait for it to come. But anyway, I think some of you might know I was in the hospital in Pittsburgh for 10 days to have a PICC line put in to get TPN therapy, which is like my nutrition so I could gain weight because I had gotten down to 77 pounds. So they put a PICC line in, and that's the scar from the PICC line. And I was in the hospital for 10 days. I was home for about a week and my PICC line got infected. So I went to St. Joe's, like I was spiking fevers like 105, 106. So they put another PICC line in me, my second one there. And then they sent me home, but they only sent me home with 5 days worth of the IV antibiotics. And I knew the infection was really bad and I need to start advocating more for myself. And I should have said, this is not enough. I need more. And after the 5 days, the pain was worse. It was spreading. It was going up my spine. And, I'm one to just let everything out there. I don't hold anything back. I was having problems with, I wasn't able to make it to the bathroom on time. First of all, I was in like so much pain. And I would like wait till the last minute because it hurt so bad to even get up and move. And I didn't want to have to get up and pee. And so I'd wait till like the last minute and I would like barely make it to the bathroom. It was so bad. It was horrible. But anyway, I have metal rods in my back anyway, and I was septic. I had an infection in my bloodstream from the PICC line, and that being that I have the metal rods in my back, any bacteria or infection will migrate to foreign objects in your body. So that's why it went to my spine and I could feel it like moving up. And my infectious disease doctor told me that best case scenario, had I waited 1 or 2 more days, I would have been paralyzed. Worst case scenario, I could have died from it. So I'm extremely lucky. I feel like a cat with 9 lives because this is literally like the 4th time I've almost died. So it was really bad. Like I said, the past 2 months have been really bad. I missed my mom's funeral. Like, who does that? I'll never forgive myself. I was in the hospital, and to make things worse, people were saying I went to a protest instead of going to my mom's funeral, which is 1,000% not true. I was in the hospital, like, almost dying, almost paralyzed, and I could not go. So I just wanted to clear that up. I wasn't at a protest. That's not why I didn't go to my mom's funeral, and I will never forgive myself for that. And also, I did not do this to myself. I didn't starve myself. I'm not anorexic. I got this from people who have scoliosis, tend to get this. It's an extreme extremely rare disease, but with the scoliosis, it was kind of like a perfect storm. And I lost 70 pounds, and there's a fat pad that separates like one of your main arteries, your superior mesenteric artery, from your small intestine. So I couldn't find anything online about it. And then someone said, hey, I found a bunch of stuff on TikTok. These girls are talking about your disease on TikTok. So I went on there, and which was wonderful. I met some really nice people, and I got into a Facebook SMAS Warrior Support Group, and someone referred me to this doctor in Pittsburgh, which is why I went to him. But she hadn't had her surgery with him. She had just went in and seen him. Her surgery was coming up. But anyway, excuse me for a minute. The IV antibiotics, everything tastes like metal. I have like such a funny, weird taste in my mouth. It's really weird. Sorry, but anyway, so the next time I talked to my friend, it was the first time we went out to Pittsburgh to like meet the doctor and do a consult and stuff. I called my friend from Pittsburgh and I said, hey, you want to meet up? I'd love to, meet you in person and give you a big hug and buy you a cup of coffee. And she's like, I would if I could, but I'm so miserable. She said she was fine for a month after her surgery. She could eat anything she wanted and keep it down. And then after that, she started throwing everything up and having horrible pain. And now she's back on a liquid diet. And I said, what are you going to do now? And she said, well, find another doctor. And the surgery is extremely risky. The doctor told me that there are no guarantees that this would help me in any way, that it would alleviate my pain or help me keep food down. And I feel like the cons are outweighing the pros. I may change my mind. I'm just going to take a beat and kind of leave it up to God right now. And then I read while I was in the hospital, a 17-year-old boy he went to a different doctor, but he had the same surgery that I had, and he had no underlying health conditions, and he flatlined on the table. He almost bled out. He needed a blood transfusion, and he is on a ventilator. And last I heard, they were trying to wean him off the ventilator. So if a healthy 17-year-old boy almost died, couldn't do this with I already did damage to my heart from losing so much weight and from this disease. So now I have to see a cardiologist, but now I have all kinds of health problems due to the SMAS. And I don't think the surgery is worth it. I feel like I've come too close to dying too many times, and I don't want to chance it. So if I have to just drink protein drinks and Ensure and Premier Protein for the rest of my life and not eat solid foods, then that's what I'll do. So as of right now, I may change my mind, but as of right now, surgery for me is totally off the table. I have to have the IV PICC line in me for 12 weeks to make sure the infection's gone. But then once that's gone, I'm having the PICC line taken out, and I'm not taking the TPN because they weren't giving it to me in the hospital. And there's certain foods I can't eat and keep down. I know what I can eat and what I can't, like yogurt and, Ensure and stuff like that. So I wasn't on TPN at all in the hospital. So I just want this PICC line out of me. And like I said, after being in the hospital for over a month, with the exception of being home for like a week, I just want to be home, and I'm just going to leave it up to God right now and pray about it and just put it in God's hands, and whatever will be, will be. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on, but the infection was so bad. I had to have like an emergency back surgery. They had to suck all the infected cerebrospinal fluid out of my spine, and then they had to remove part of a disc that was extremely infected, and they had to remove some bone from my spine, and then they had to take some bone from my hip to biopsy it, in which I still have the infection. They had to wait for the cultures to come back, which can take like 3 to 4 days, but I still have the infection. So, but thankfully I am home. Like I said, I think I've had enough with doctors and stuff, and I don't want to push my luck. So I'm just home, and I haven't made a bracelet since October 2nd. I was making bracelets. It was 9:10 in the morning, and I got a phone call from the place where the assisted living center where my mom was, and they told me that my mom had passed. And so I've been in the hospital so much too, but I haven't made any like bracelets, lanyards, pens, keychains, or anything. And so last night, I actually made some pens. I'm slowly getting back into it, only because we really, really need the money so bad. And thank you to everyone who's bought our merchandise. We have it on display, or you can buy it at the Mailbox Depot. I know a lot of people have. And thank you so much for everyone who has bought our merch. We totally appreciate it. It's going for my medical bills. And I hate to ask again, but I'm asking you guys. A friend is going to do a GoFundMe update for me, but I'm asking you once again if you guys would please, even like $5 would make a difference. If you would please donate to my GoFundMe. They almost didn't let me out of the hospital because the place who sends out my TPN therapy and all my supplies said I owed, even after what insurance paid, I owed $249 for 6 weeks. That's how much it cost out of pocket after insurance. And I cannot afford that. The little bit I make on disability, I can't. So I have to do something. So last night I felt really good about myself. I made a bunch of Christmas pens, and I think I put them on here to show you guys. And I think they're super cute, but I just felt like I was doing something productive, and it made me feel good. And I have home care helpers now almost around the clock because it's really hard for me to do anything, especially after the back surgery too. I can't bend down, so I have a grabber to like reach things on the floor. But anyway, that's where things stand right now. And like I said, all this just left a really bad taste in my mouth. And so this is my third PICC line that I have in. So in addition to doing my nutritional therapy that runs for 12 hours, I have to do the IV antibiotics 3 times a day that run for a half hour. So it's so confusing. It's just like I'm constantly hooked up to something. If it's not the TPN, it's the IV antibiotic. But I'll just be so glad to get all this stuff done. And like I said, I am just going to pray about it and give it up to God, and whatever his plans are for me, then that's what it'll be. So I just and I'm so worn out, and I'm just so weak and weary and tired from fighting. I just don't think I can fight. I don't have any more fight in me, even with like Jesse and Ben and my fur babies. And it's just like, it's really taken a toll on me. And people can be so cruel. People are saying, well, you did it to yourself. You gave yourself anorexia, and that's how and that is totally not true. I couldn't eat because I was throwing everything up, not on purpose, but because of this extremely rare disease that I have. And here I go rambling again. But anyway, I just wanted to fill you guys in on what was going on. So I'm getting back into making making Christmas lanyards and Christmas bracelets and stuff. And I've got a ton of really cute Christmas pens there at the Mailbox Depot. You guys can get them there. And I have a friend who's going to make a website for me, and that would be really awesome. I think we could sell a lot more if we had a website too. That would be really great. So, but anyway, I just wanted to keep you guys posted on what was going on, because I believe if I'm asking you guys for money, you should know my situation and what the money is going for. And I take tons of vitamins a day, and just the medical bills, I am just drowning in medical debt, and it's killing me. And I would like to, before I die, Jesse's never been to Disney, and I read that the oldest living person with my disease lived to be 62 and then died from like an electrolyte imbalance from like anorexia, because that's one of the side effects from this. And this is the fourth time I've come close to dying, so I don't want to push my luck. That's why I don't think I want any more surgeries. But Jesse's never been to Disney, and before I die, I would love to take her there. So after I can get caught up on some medical bills and stuff and everything, and I desperately need this Medicaid, the antibiotics and the TPN, and it's still what insurance doesn't pay. It's crazy. I don't know how people survive. I mean, but it's like, that's why I need to get off this soon too, because I cannot afford it. I'm so far in medical debt. So I'm asking once again, if you guys would please donate to my GoFundMe, I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, so that's where things stand right now. I'm just healing from my back surgery, which I had no idea I'd have to have, but I'm very grateful that I wasn't paralyzed, and that I'm home, and I know it could always be worse. So it just felt so good to come home and take a shower, and just like, oh my gosh, after being in the hospital for so long. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you all again. I really appreciate everybody, and I know exactly who you are, and you guys know who you are, like Katie, and I had friends, Candy Valera, I need to call you. Things have just been crazy, and like since I got out of the hospital, but I'm going to call you. And Lori Analyst, I need to call you. Heather Highball, and there's so many people. I mean, I have so many great friends, Jen Wolves, and Liz, my friend Liz, Katya, I'm not sure how you say her last name exactly, Sosha's mom, but she's been an incredible friend. And, you know, Jesse's friends' parents have been really wonderful. Everybody from Bicentennial Park has been super wonderful. I can't thank them enough. The guys who own the vape shop that we go to up the road, they put up my GoFundMe pages on their doors at all three of their stores, which I greatly appreciate. So if anybody knows any place where I could put, and at the Bicentennial Park, they let me put up a flyer there for my GoFundMe. If anybody knows any place where I could put up flyers for my GoFundMe, please let me know. I would really, really appreciate it. It's every little bit helps. So even like $5, I would be eternally grateful for. Anyway, so, all right, enough babbling. I just want to say thank you again to everyone. I am so grateful for all your thoughts and prayers and words of encouragement. That's what's really getting me by. And I'm just so grateful to have like so many wonderful friends. And I really don't have family, so I call my friends are my family. So I love you guys, and I love my Facebook Facebook family, and I'll keep you guys posted, okay? So I hope everybody has a great night, and thank you again for everything. And I have to say, it feels so good to be home. Oh my God, with my kids and my kitties, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I'm so grateful. So anyway, thank you guys for everything. I truly appreciate it. And I'll keep you guys posted, okay? But thank you all again. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful to you all. All right, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.